breaking news coming in, a power car of Jammu-Delhi Rajdhani Express derailed at New Delhi railway station at 6 AM this morning. The derailment took place on the 15th platform of the station. We are getting to understand that no injuries have been reported in this incident and all passengers are safe. The initial information we are getting is that the last trolley of the power car, which was moving from Jammu, New Delhi, derailed after entering on platform number 15 at the New Delhi railway station, and no injuries have been caused to any passengers. Let's now go across to my colleague Payal, who is bringing us all the details on this. Payal, tell us more about this accident, this derailment that took place at New Delhi railway station this morning.
Well, of course, this train was coming in from Jammu. This is a Jammu-Delhi Rajdhani Express, which arrived at platform number 15 on the New Delhi railway station at about 6:02 a.m. This is, the power car, Siyasha, is the last coach which in fact enters in the train. It's a very last coach. While it was entering, it is said to have derailed on the platform. However, fortunately for us, there have been no injuries. There have been there's nobody who's been harmed. Everybody's been reported safe. But this is a really, really worrisome incident in the sense this is the third derailment. Within the premises of the New Delhi railway station. If you remember, one at Tilak Marg. The other day also we saw another derailment happen. So clearly it looks like, there is a lot of thinking for the railways to do at a time when the Prime Minister and of course the Rail Minister along with the Japanese Prime Minister today will be speaking about bullet trains, are looking at launching bullet trains, but it seems that the derailment continue to be a headache.
But Payal, before we let you go quickly, any initial indications on what caused the accident?
Well, the initial investigations are still on. There has been no cause which has been assigned to it right now. We'll have to just wait for a bit before the railway actually comes and tells us what really happened and why this derailment really occurred. But it is a worrisome incident because, we're talking about the national capital and we're talking about the incidents happening right in the premises.
All right, Payal, many thanks for joining us with all those details. And breaking news coming in of the Rajdhani Express that derailed at New Delhi railway station at around 6 AM this morning. You can see live pictures on your screens right now. Power car, which is the last trolley of this train, had derailed near platform number 15 of the New Delhi railway station. Now, we've been told that all the passengers are safe and no injuries have been reported yet. And of course, this comes at a time when today is also going to be the big launch of the bullet train in Ahmedabad. But however, good news is that all the passengers are safe and no injuries have been reported in this incident. As you can see from the pictures on your screens, police officials and railway officials who've gathered at the accident site where the derailment took place, trying to inspect what exactly happened and what were the reasons for this derailment to happen. This is the last coach that you see of the Rajdhani Express traveling from Jammu to Delhi. It happened at about 6 AM this morning, and this is the power car that got derailed, which is the last trolley of the train. And we are beaming live visuals on your screens from the train derailment that took place at 6 AM this morning. Let's now go across to my colleague Payal, who has been... All right, I'm being told that Payal is not connected yet. However, we'll connect with Payal in just a bit, who's been gathering all the information on this accident that took place early this morning. But like you can see from the visuals on your screens, the derailment took place at 6 AM this morning. That's the latest information we're getting. And nobody has been injured. However, as you can see, railway officials and even the police has gathered at the accident site, and they are now inspecting the reasons for what caused this derailment. Thankfully, no passengers have been injured in this incident and everybody is safe. 6 AM also being the time early morning where we are yet to understand how crowded the station was. However, it's New Delhi railway station, a very crowded station otherwise, where the movement of trains is at a very, very high frequency, and a lot of trains travelling even at that time. This train specifically, Rajdhani Express, was travelling from Jammu to New Delhi, and as it arrived at 6 AM this morning, it derailed on the last platform, on platform number 15. And the last trolley of this train was derailed. As you can see, this looks like the coach that was derailed. This is the power car, or the last coach that was derailed. And it looks like now all the officials are working towards clearing the coach, moving the coach from here, and also inspecting the reasons to what exactly caused the derailment. But remember, such an incident happening at New Delhi railway station, a station which is not just crowded but very high frequency of trains that are scheduled to travel from here, this especially being Rajdhani Express, considered a very, very efficient train and usually always on time. This time this particular train was travelling from Jammu to New Delhi, and the incident happened at 6 AM this morning as it arrived at platform number 15. Let's now go across to my colleague Payal, who is now joining us on the phone line. Payal, we are seeing the visuals of how the officials are now working towards not just probably removing the coach, but also trying to inspect the reasons to what could have caused this derailment. So what are the initial indications you're gathering from the officials at this point?
Well, of course, yes, since it's just one power car and basically just one particular coach which has sort of derailed, it should not be too much of an issue to, get that off. That incident happened at about 6 o'clock in the morning. So by this time, I'm sure, that has been taken care of.
But also, we're getting to understand that all the passengers are safe and nobody was injured. Thankfully, that is one piece of respite that comes in. Any information you have on, or any first word from the passengers themselves who had to go through this horror?
Well, of course, the entire train had come onto the platform, and that's probably one of the reasons that all the passengers were able to alight before this happened. That is what the railways are saying. Railway sources are saying that this happened only after the passengers basically had alighted from the train. But the fact of the matter is, and the initial reports indicate, Suyasha, that right under the track there is always a slab which actually is also put into place. This slab reportedly was broken, and probably that's one of the reasons that this last coach had derailed. It was also being said that this, in all probability, this particular slab which was put over there was also a new slab. So it's a lot of thinking for the railways to really do as to what really went wrong, well, and how did the slab crack and bring about the derailment of the final coach. But remember, this could have been really, really tragic because the train had crossed by, and we are talking about the last coach. We're talking about the last compartment actually derailing. The entire train had passed that, and God forbid if something would have happened, and then probably it would have spelled disaster as well. Clearly, a serious thinking for the railways to actually do at this point in time. Now, this is not the first incident. In a week or so, if I am able to recollect clearly, this is probably the third incident in and around the railway station, the New Delhi railway station in the heartland of the national capital. There was, of course, a derailment that happened near the Shivaji Bridge the other day. There was, of course, then another incident which was reported near the yard at the New Delhi railway station, and this is the third incident. So obviously, we are not talking about the far-flung areas, but we have to really talk about the fact that these are happening right within the premises of New Delhi railway station, remember, which is the headquarters of the Northern Railways.
All right, Payal, we'll follow up with you as this develops further. For now, thank you for joining us on this broadcast and giving us all these details. With that, it's time for us to slip into a short commercial break. More news on the other side. Stay with Republic.